is a type of informal conversation in which we tell secrets or rumors about other people or other departments. Gossip is often called water cooler chit-chat, since the water cooler is where colleagues meet by chance and discuss things that are happening in the office. You might also want to review some of our previous shows on socializing for more language to use in these types of conversations. For the listening today, we rejoin Jack at the guitar manufacturer headquarters after his short but difficult chat with his boss, Jim. Jack is in the cafeteria when a coworker meets him there by chance. As you listen, see if you can answer the following questions. The answers will be posted on our website in a few days. First, what did Francis hear from Joanna? Second, who did Michelle take off with? And third, where does Francis tell Jack she has to go?
Hey, Jack, what are you doing here in the cafeteria all by yourself? And why the long face?
Nothing. Just the usual BS.
Oh, I saw you go into the Donald's office a little while ago, and I heard that they've been talking about doubling production in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was talking to Joanna, and she tells me that they're saying that you were spending too much money on salaries.
Sorry, Fran, I'm going to have to take a pass. Jim said it was on a need-to-know basis, and I don't think you need to know.
Well then, I guess you don't need to know where Michelle and I are going out for drinks tonight, do you?
What? You're talking to Michelle again? I thought she was in the doghouse since she took off with Tony.
Whatever, he was just a thing. Michelle's cool. So, what's going on? Cough it up.
Well, let's just say you'd better start learning Chinese.
They're closing down and moving the company to China?
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Well, then spill the beans. What did he tell you?
Well, according to Jim, the management here wasn't planning to change anything, but...
So the rumors are true? We got bought out? I knew it!
Hey, where are you going?
I gotta go. I got a logistics meeting.
Yeah, right. Hey, not a word, eh?
Hey, Joanna, you're never gonna believe what Jack just told me.
Well, the secret's out now, isn't it? How many people will Francis tell? We'll have to see in the next episode. But let's look at the language they used during this informal conversation. Francis and Jack meet in the cafeteria where a lot of water cooler chit-chat happens. So, how does she start the conversation?
Hey, Jack, what are you doing here in the cafeteria all by yourself? And why the long face?
Nothing. Just the usual BS.
Francis uses two very common water cooler phrases to start it off. Instead of saying, "Hi, Jack," she says, "Hey, Jack," which is more familiar, and then, "What's going on?" This is usually understood as a conversation starter and not as a serious question. The usual answer is "not much" or "nothing much," and then, "How about you?" Here are some other standard conversation starters and responses.
Hey, what's happening?
Same old stuff.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, all right. How about you?
Hi, Laura. How've you been?
Oh, can't complain. How you been?
However, in this case, Francis notices that Jack is alone and has a long face, which means an unhappy expression on his face. A sad face is longer than a happy smiling face. So, she starts probing to find out if there is an interesting story behind his sad face. However, Jack gives a "not much" type of answer to her question and adds that there is just the normal BS, which is a street slang word for rubbish or garbage. But Fran keeps trying.
Oh, I saw you go into the Donald's office a little while ago, and I heard that they've been talking about doubling production in Costa Rica.
The Donald is a slang reference to Donald Trump, who is famous around the world for being a very difficult boss. So, Difficult bosses are often called the Donald by their employees. Frances is trying to get Jack to confirm or deny a rumor she has just heard. A rumor is a piece of unofficial information which is spread informally and which may or may not be true. In rumors, we often use reported speech, which is how we tell people things that other people have said. Here are some other ways to introduce reported speech.
Somebody told me that you were the new department manager.
HR said that the project would be canceled.
Erica tells me that we're going to have to work weekends.
Notice that when we report what someone has said, the verb tenses often change. Present simple changes to past simple. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Past simple changes to past perfect. And will changes to would. Here are examples of these changes. In each case, you'll hear a person making a statement, and then you'll hear another person reporting this statement.
They are at the restaurant.
He said they were at the restaurant.
They have finished lunch.
He said they had finished lunch.
They found a taxi.
He said they found a taxi.
They'll be here in an hour.
He said they would be here in an hour.
We can start the meeting.
He said we could start the meeting.
We may finish late.
She said we might finish late.
Note the other changes, such as can changes to could, and may changes to might. Now let's return to the listening. Frances has been probing, but Jack continues to tell her nothing.
Spending too much money on salaries.
Sorry,
and...
Fran, I'm going to have to take a pass. Jim said it was on a need-to-know basis, and I don't think you need to know.
To take a pass is to politely tell someone that you're not going to say anything or participate in something. And he explains that it's on a need-to-know basis, that is, a secret that only certain people need to know. But she then puts a bit of personal pressure on him, since she knows that he wants to be more than just her colleague.
Well then, I guess you don't need to know where Michelle and I are going out for drinks tonight, do you?
What? You're talking to Michelle again? I thought she was in the doghouse since she took off with Tony.
Whatever, he was just a thing. Michelle's cool. So, what's going on? Cough it up.
To be in the doghouse is to be in big trouble with a friend or a spouse. A doghouse is a little box outside where the dog sleeps, and where husbands often have to sleep when their wives throw them out of the house. Jack thought that Michelle was in the doghouse because she took off with or ran away with Frances's boyfriend. However, she answers that the boyfriend was just a thing, meaning a temporary relationship, and that Michelle was a cool or fun person. She then demands that he cough it up, meaning tell her everything. Here are some other ways to ask someone to tell you some gossip.
Come on, spill the beans.
Hey, what's the scoop?
So, what's the story?
Now, Jack tries to be clever. He tries to tell her just a little bit of the truth, just enough that she'll invite him to go have drinks after work.
Well, let's just say you'd better start learning Chinese.
He says, let's just say, which means he's giving just a part of some information. Here are some other ways to introduce just a little bit of information or a summary.
The bottom line is that
I would say that...
The gist of it is...
What I can say is...
But Frances is a little more clever and understands some of what he's hinting at. To hint at is to give a little piece of information about a secret subject.
They're closing down and moving the company to China?
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Now, he's told her much more than what he wanted to, and wants to deny that he said anything, but it's too late. She probes once more, and Jack again makes the same mistake.
Well, then spill the beans. What did he tell you?
Well, according to Jim, the management here wasn't planning to change anything, but...
So the rumors are true? We got bought out? I knew it!
Frances now has what she thinks is highly interesting gossip to pass on to her social network, and wastes no time in getting away to do just that.
Hey, Joanna, you're never going to believe what Jack just told me.
When she tells Joanna that she will never believe what Jack has said, she means that she has amazing news. Here are some other ways to introduce highly interesting or important news.
Guess what I just heard?
Did you hear about...
This is unbelievable, but...
You won't believe this, but...
And now it's time for you to practice the techniques we discussed. In a moment, you'll hear an informal greeting. In the pause after each greeting, answer with an appropriate response.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, good to see you. What's new?
How'd you do? Here are some example answers.
Hey, what's going on?
Answer. Not much. How about you?
Hi, how you doing?
Answer. Pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, good to see you. What's new?
Answer. Not much. How you doing?
Of course, there are many possible responses, and you might try rewinding to practice responding using different language. Next, let's practice reported speech. In a moment, you'll hear a person's name and a statement. In the pause that follows, you will then report what this person said. Are you ready? Let's give it a go.
Jose, the clients are staying at the Hilton Hotel.
Natasha, the shipping department spent too much money.
Could you put the statements into the reported speech format? Remember, there are many possible ways to phrase your sentences, but here are some examples.
Jose, the clients are staying at the Hilton Hotel.
Answer. Jose told me that the clients were staying at the Hilton Hotel.
Natasha, the shipping department spent too much money.
Answer. I heard from Natasha that the shipping department spent too much money.
And that about covers it for today's show. We looked at many different types of language techniques, including office gossip, reported speech, and introducing interesting news. All these should be part of your language toolbox that you'll be able to use at appropriate times during your various business conversations. So stay tuned for a future episode when we'll hear where the rumor goes after their bit of gossip and if Jack has a future with the company. In the meantime, keep practicing and take care. Want to get more out of Business English Pod? Then go to www.businessenglishpod.com and sign up as a premium member. Premium members can access detailed study notes and the new Phrasecast to practice all the useful language we featured today. You're listening to Business English Pod, the Business English podcast for professionals on the move. In many countries, Having a drink after work with colleagues is a popular way to relax. This kind of socializing helps us to get to know each other and to build team spirit. To attract customers who are just getting off work, many bars and clubs have a happy hour. This is a promotion in the early evening, usually lasting an hour or so, when pubs and bars offer special prices on drinks, such as buy one, get one free, or all drinks half price. In this episode, we'll explore language that we can use to socialize with colleagues during happy hour or during other informal occasions. Whether you drink alcohol or not, in many places around the world, you'll likely be invited to the bar or pub with colleagues. It's important to know how to offer to buy drinks for others and how to make polite excuses when you've had enough or when it's time to go. The same skills are also useful for other types of after-work social activities. In the dialogue, we join Greg, a manager, and 3 people on his team, Joanna, Gary, and Ben, as they order. While you listen, see if you can answer the following questions. As usual, the answers will be posted in a few days on our website. First, who is paying for the first round of drinks? How can you tell? Second, who is the person who doesn't drink? And finally, when it's time for her to go, what excuse does Joanna make?
Hi, what can I get for you folks?
This one's on me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, what are you guys having? Joanna?
Thanks. Just a tonic with a twist of lime for me, please.
Tonic with a twist of lime. Got that.
You don't drink?
I like a glass of wine once in a while, but I'd better not. I'm meeting up with some friends later.
Okay. Ben?
I'll have a beer.
What would you like, sir?
Take whatever on tap.
We have Carlsberg, Stella, and Guinness.
Stella, please.
Same for me.
Okay, 2 Stellas.
Gary, what would you like?
I'd like a pina colada.
A pina colada? You've got to be kidding me.
Look, mister, just because you don't appreciate a real cocktail doesn't mean I can't order one.
You got that?
Yep, 2 Stellas, a tonic, 1 pina colada. Coming right up.
One more pina colada, please. Those are delicious.
Yeah, easy there, Captain. That's your 5th.
Yeah. Loosen up, boss. It's Friday. So, as I was saying, Joe, after I left the Army, I spent 6 years in Central America
Gary?
working in the oil industry, which is where I...
Gary!
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you. Really, it's fascinating, but I'll have to hear about it another time. I've got to meet my friends. Thanks, Greg. Guys, see you later.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
See you later.
See ya.
Wow, partner. Kind of looks like you struck out there.
What are you talking about? Where's that pina colada?
It sounds like Joanna has escaped just in time, doesn't it? Now, let's go through the dialogue together to review key language. How does the dialogue begin? The bartender and Greg ask what everybody would like to order. Remember, a bartender is a waiter who serves you drinks at a bar. Greg offers to pay for the first round by saying, "This one's on me."
Hi, what can I get for you folks?
This one's on me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, what are you guys having? Joanna? You folks is an informal second-person plural form of address used in the United States. You can also say you all, or as Greg does, you guys. We can say you guys even when we're talking to a group of men and women. But remember, this is informal talk. Gals, on the other hand, is used to refer just to women. What are some other ways to ask what people would like?
What can I get for you folks?
What are you guys having?
Steve, what would you like?
What are you having?
What would you like? This one's on me.
I'm getting this. What would you like?
I'm getting this is another way to offer to pay for everybody. What happens next in the dialogue?
Thanks. Just a tonic with a twist of lime for me, please.
Tonic with a twist of lime. Got that.
A twist of lime means just a few drops of lime juice. Joanna is ordering a non-alcoholic drink.
You don't drink?
I like a glass of wine once in a while, but I'd better not. I'm meeting up with some friends later.
Gary has put pressure on Joanna by saying, "You don't drink?" which means, "You don't drink alcohol?" Joanna responds by refusing with a polite excuse. Let's listen to some other ways we can do this. If you don't drink, you can say,
"Thank you very much, but I don't drink."
If someone puts pressure on you, you might say this.
It's very kind of you, but I really must say no. Alcohol doesn't agree with me.
If you do drink, there are many excuses you can use.
Thanks, that's kind of you, but I'd really better not today.
Thanks, but I'd better not because I'm driving tonight.
I like a drink every now and again, but I have a lot to do when I get home tonight, so I'd better hold off this time.
Thanks. I'd love to, but not tonight. I've got an early morning tomorrow.
What do Ben and Greg order? They both have beers on tap. Beer on tap refers to fresh beer from a big barrel called a keg, which is a type of large round container. How about Gary? He orders a cocktail, or a mixed drink. Gary, what would you like?
I'd like a pina colada.
A pina colada? You've got to be kidding me.
Look, mister, just because you don't appreciate a real cocktail doesn't mean I can't order one.
A pina colada is a cocktail made from coconut flavor, pineapple, and rum. Ben is teasing Gary for ordering a cocktail instead of a beer. Gary teases Ben right back by formally addressing him as Mr. in an informal situation. This shows that Gary is being sarcastic. Being sarcastic, or sarcasm, is a form of humor in which one says the opposite of what one means, or in which one pretends to be angry or happy when one really isn't. The joke that Gary uses, "Just because you don't appreciate a real cocktail doesn't mean I can't order one," is a common structure for sarcastic humor. Let's listen to a few more examples of this kind of joke.
Just because you're working overtime tomorrow doesn't mean the rest of us can't enjoy a few drinks.
Just because your team never wins a game doesn't mean the rest of us have to feel miserable.
Just because you're God's gift to golfing doesn't mean the rest of us can't enjoy a game sometimes.
After Gary orders his pina colada, Greg confirms the order with the bartender. You got that?
Yep, 2 Stellas, a tonic, 1 pina colada, coming right up.
Coming right up means right away. Now, here are some more ways to confirm.
Got all that?
Did you get all that?
Have you got all that?
The dialogue fades out, and some time passes. 4 pina coladas later, that is, after Gary has drunk his 4th pina colada, the dialogue fades back in. What happens next?
One more pina colada, please. Those are delicious.
Yeah, easy there, Captain. That's your 5th.
Yeah. Loosen up, boss. It's Friday.
Greg calls Gary a captain, but since Greg is actually the boss, this is another sarcastic form of address. Easy there means take it easy, that is, slow down. But Gary tells Greg to loosen up. He thinks Greg is being too tight or strict. What happens next? Gary is telling his life story to Joanna.
After I left the Army, I spent 6 years in Central America
Gary?
working in the oil industry, which is where I...
Gary!
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you. Really, it's fascinating, but I'll have to hear about it another time. I've got to meet my friends. Thanks, Greg. Guys, see you later.
Here, Joanna makes a polite excuse to go. Her excuse has 4 parts. First, interrupt. Second, make a positive comment. Third, present the excuse. And finally, say thank you and goodbye. Let's listen to some more examples for each part of this useful structure. First, interrupt if necessary.
Sorry, guys.
John, sorry to interrupt.
Chris, Pat, sorry to butt in here.
Then, make a positive comment.
It was really great seeing everybody.
I really had a great time.
It was fun hanging out.
To hang out with people means to spend time socially with them. Next, present your excuse.
But I've got to get home.
I've got an early morning tomorrow.
I have to tuck in my kids.
I have to pick up my wife at the train station.
To tuck in your kids means to put them to bed. To have an early morning means you have to get up early. Finally, remember to thank everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thanks for a lovely time. Have fun, everybody.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Thanks again for a lovely evening. Hope to see you all soon. Goodbye.
Note that Joanna was careful to mention her excuse at the beginning of the evening, so now all she has to do is remind everyone. How does the dialogue finish? Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
See you later.
See ya.
Wow, partner. Kinda looks like you struck out there.
What are you talking about? Where's that pina colada?
Partner is another form of address. It's often used sarcastically. To strike out is a baseball idiom. It means to fail. It's often used to describe the game of romance. Ben is using this idiom to tease Gary for failing to get Joanna's interest. Now it's your turn to practice. Imagine that you've joined some friends at the bar for an after-work drink during happy hour. But now it's later, time to go home. According to the cues, make a polite excuse. Remember to follow the 4-part structure. For example, if you hear the cue, pick my friend up at the train station, you can say, "Excuse me, everybody, I had a great time, but I've got to pick my friend up at the train station." Thanks for a great time. Have fun, everybody. Are you ready? Each time after you've given it a try, you will hear an example answer.
Get up early tomorrow morning.
Answer. Sorry, guys. I had a great time, but I've got an early morning tomorrow. Thanks. Have fun.
Put kids to bed.
Answer. Sorry to interrupt. Thanks for a lovely evening, everybody, but I have got to go home and tuck my kids in. Have a great time. See you tomorrow.
Finish a report.
Answer. Sorry to butt in here. It was really great seeing everyone, but I've got to finish a report for tomorrow or the boss is going to kill me. Take care. Bye.
How did you do?